Did Masako send you to try and convince me to acquire Infinity Ltd? I think we both know that's not going to work.
Wäre gesagt, bei auf dich spekulieren, auch wenn du gleich fliegst.
Our public perception is good enough. If you ask me, reaching out to save Infinity just makes us look weak. The internal Neuro Amp gives us the power to crush our competitors, not to... This is exactly why Masako's time as CEO is finished. If you use that Neuro Amp wisely, it will guarantee that Infinity gets shut down.
Well,
it does make Ryujin look good, and we do gain a wider customer base, which means higher profits. You're oddly right about this one, Op. I guess you are worth keeping around. As long as everyone has Ryujin's best interests in mind, this should make for an interesting meeting. An issue? That would be a foolish move. Dalton and Alexis are the only two against it. You'd never get the rest to shut it down. Dangerous indeed. For all I know, you're using it right now. Perhaps I didn't see it earlier, but you're right. The moment a competitor reverse engineers Vina's work, it'll be chaos. The last thing I want is to have my brain scrambled because some engineer didn't do their due diligence. Now, if you'll excuse me, I still have a lot of preparations to make.
It's good to see you again. And how's my favorite patient doing? Not seeing any temporal memory flashes or losing time, I hope.
That's
great. I'd say Project Dominion is ready for legitimate human trials in that case. One step closer to seeing market approval. Genevieve is going to be so excited. So, tell me what you think of the Neuro Amp.
I hope
you're not actually suggesting that the technology I spent years working on and perfecting never sees the light of day.
Ja.
This is groundbreaking work. My life's work.
Ja, aber trotzdem gefährlich. Wissenschaftler, Meditation betrachtet das von allen Seiten.
Fine, fine. Make your case. I'm definitely not sure about risking my career over this. Well, this conversation's made me feel like a proper monster.
Ja, das finde ich echt gefährlich.
In a perfect world, tech like this is used for good. But this world is far from perfect.
Das ist das Problem. Ja, und was ich immer begeistert verloren, etwas Neues zu entdecken.
It really is. For years, my only focus has been, is this possible? And then, how do I make it work? I never stopped to consider if it was right, or what it would mean. I guess it'll be up to a vote either way. It's not on the meeting agenda, so I assume you'll bring it up yourself?
Yeah.
I just have to hope the others will see reason. So the next question is, what will the fate of Infinity Ltd be?
Wenn Sie bei dem Entdeckung bestimmtes Ziel versuchen, Sachen nachzubauen.
Exactly. Not that I want to gloat over it. Maybe just a little. Okay, so DeMarcus and I have really been looking forward to it, so fingers crossed this deal goes through. Well, this has certainly been the most interesting conversation of my day. All we can do now is look forward to the meeting, right? See you in there.
Okay, für jeden von euch.
You're looking interesting today. Just the person I wanted to see. I want to get all the details locked down for this meeting, and I believe you to be one of the best sources available.
Let's start by again.
Good. I prefer first-hand feedback when available. You've had the chance to encounter members of Infinity Ltd throughout your assignments here. Do you think they're worth redemption? And why? Saving the jobs of thousands is altruistic, which is not a luxury corporations have. It's a financial burden. It would be a huge undertaking on my part.
This is true.
Infinity never had the financial resources to match our salary offers. Getting what few capable employees they have at half the salary we typically pay here could have major payoffs in the long run. Next question. What is your opinion on how Masako handled the mole situation?
Jag tror att jag ska take för mig själv. Det känns inte som det. Vi kanske stämmer på bilden.
Expand on that, if you can.
Interesting.
An excellent point. Why react and repair when you can prevent a situation altogether? I appreciate the insight. I suppose I should ask if there's anything I can do for you, considering how helpful you've been. Only dangerous to those who can't afford one. Hence the added motivation that will bolster sales. I think we all know how averse I am to chaos. Finances are my forte, so you make a good point.
Ich weiß noch nicht, was dir dort nicht gefällt, dass ich das Ding benutze. Um meine Meinung durchzusetzen, weil ich nur einzig bin, der es benutzen darf.
At this time, this has been rather enlightening for me. I appreciate the time.
Ich setze das durch. Meine Meinung ist die einzig wahre. Mir scheißegal, was die anderen sagen. Meine Meinung ist die einzig wahre. Hey.
Is Masako checking up on me to make sure I'm on her side?
Ja, ich denke mal noch auf welche Seite du
Well,
bist.
you can let Masako know to rest easy. It just so happens that her agenda lines up with mine. We just need to grab Infinity Ltd. while it's got the public's full attention. I'm all about free PR, especially when it's painting us in a good light.
Die kostenlose deutsche finanzielle Schwierigkeiten spitz.
I'm sure I can squeeze enough goodwill out of this to last us at least a year.
Nicht dafür. Wie verstehen Sie es
All right. I suppose you've earned the right to voice your opinion after everything you've done, qualified or not. So let's hear it. Possible backlash on tech like this is not lost on me. However, the internal Neuro Amp will define the next era of tech, with Ryujin at the forefront. It's not an opportunity you just walk away from. You're right. The moment you violate your customers' trust, there's a good chance they'll never come back. Even worse, you push them into the hands of your competitors. Well, it seems your talents really do stretch beyond just being an operative. Good talk. Maybe I'll even consult you on future endeavors.
So much work to do. If you need something, make it quick. I'd like to make sure my arguments are solid before this meeting.
Ja, das sieht begeistert aus, bisschen mit Theater-Sprache.
You heard correct. I've every reason to believe that Infinity Ltd. Is the Pandora's box of corporations.
Das sind Probleme abgesehen, bringen definitiv für Vorteile rein.
All right, I could use the entertainment. Tell me why Infinity is a good asset.
Das hat bestimmt ein Wasser in die
I
bekommen.
do pride myself on solid contracts, and this one would be especially challenging. Huh. Well, what do you know? I think you just convinced me. Talent like yours belongs in the courtroom.
Mhm. Ich sehe die Dinge.
Don't even get me started. First off, if I find out you used that device on me, I will tie you up in court on whatever charges I can conjure for the rest of your life. Second, that tech is one major human rights violation that no legal team wants to fight. I'll do whatever I can to make sure it's either severely delayed or collects dust in storage.
Mhm. Sehe ich auch so, den hier ist da nicht
Well, I'm
verbringen.
both glad and surprised to hear the one person who has one say that. Masako is lucky to have you at her disposal, you know?
Ja, ich habe zwar eine, aber ich bin nicht unbedingt dafür.
From the
Weil ich,
internal Neuro Amp that Ryujin has. This exchange has been surprisingly insightful. But now, I really do need to get back to my nose.
Also, das ist eine interessante Technik und so, aber wie schon gesagt, man Schneckfalzen und so und in den falschen Händen können falsche Leute damit 4 anstellen. Man sieht ja nur, ja, ich mache das jetzt einfach so, ich möchte jeder das gegen den stimmen und dafür und du seht ja, ich kann ihn einfach manipulieren. Hier, du sagst genau das Gegenteil. Das ist halt wirklich gefährlich. Ja, ich benutze jetzt einfach ein bisschen Joke. Ne? Jetzt sagt jeder mal Mann sein. Und selber gefällt es auch nicht. Und ja. Es ist halt ein Game, deswegen wird es aber trotzdem muss das wirklich nicht Dings. Ja, es ist auch ein bisschen gesellschaftlich. Diese Programme hinter, ne?
This meeting should prove to be very interesting. I assume Masako briefed you on her preferred outcome.
Einfach schon mal intern neuen Platz bringen, einfach von Infinity. Ja, ich meine, stimmt für die Übernahmezeit.
With that internal Neuro Amp, no doubt. If it were up to me, I'd have shut down Project Dominion a long time ago. I knew it was a grave security risk, and look what happened.
Ja, selbst wenn wir jetzt gehst, dann die verkauft
You
werden.
read my mind. Let's just hope Masako and the others see it that way.
Ja, ich habe sie dahin manipuliert.
If we vote to acquire Infinity Ltd, we're about to add a significant workload onto my team. The last thing I want to deal with are any more incidents this new Neuro Amp might cause.
Wir gehen. Na, ist die Mühe jetzt fast something
I imagine we're looking at months of work. Infinity Ltd is obviously not known for their security. I only hope that Masako and the others will be patient with the process. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some preparations to make.
Ja,
We'll be
alles gut.
announcing Ularu's
Nur einer ist für den Neuro Amp.
this meeting, so I need to have security ready to escort her off the premises.
Ja, ich nehme dann auch mal teil. Aber manipuliert wichtig. Genau mein Ergebnis wird jetzt erscheinen. Ja, offiziell Unterhose daran teilnehmen, mein PC dabei sind. Ich sitze
All right,
dann mit dem
As you all know, we've successfully exposed Infinity Ltd's botched human trials and murder for hire through SSNN. The public is demanding their leadership, namely Lucas Drexler, face trial, and he's probably writing his resignation as we speak. Ryujin will be launching a statement, but I believe now is the perfect time to acquire Infinity Ltd.
Hat sich den Kreditor wenn wir Mitarbeiter bekommen.
Believe it or not, I agree. The acquisition has risks, and it's going to create a lot of work for all of us. But the overall payoff will be worth it.
That and Infinity Ltd's current situation makes them more affordable than ever.
Arguments? None? Excellent. Moving on, then.
I think what we're all overlooking is what led us to this situation to begin with. Yes, our security was compromised. But considering Dalton was hired by Masako, the issue obviously starts at the top. In fact, I propose that Masako be removed from CEO altogether.
Ularu, this isn't a line you want to cross.
And considering you're the mole, if anyone's going to be removed from power, it's going to be you.
Hold up. Are you saying you lied to us?
Dalton, the last meeting we had, you distinctly said Imogene was the mole, and she'd been dealt with.
Wenn man schon gelohnt damit über sich selbst
Do
belastet.
you even have any proof to back up this outrageous claim?
Of course we do. The malicious code you hid on this slate to upload incriminating evidence against Masako onto Lucas Drexler's computer.
To put it bluntly, Ularu, you're fired. Security will hold you in your office until a proper exit interview can be done.
This isn't right. I should at least have the opportunity to resign.
And allow you to still be marketable to a competitor? I don't think so.
Schön, dass ich hier in den Hinterkopf sehe.
News to me, and I will be reviewing the evidence closely. But this isn't something you just get to walk away from.
Ich hab gesagt, dass du damit nicht durchkommst.
Security. Escort Miss Chen to her office and see that she stays put.
You'll regret this. All of you.
I believe the only regret would be trusting you to begin with.
All right, back to business. All in favor of acquiring Infinity Ltd?
Aye.
Good. Alexis, start drawing up the necessary documentation. Anyone have anything else they'd like to bring up?
Achso, die Arbeit im internen Neuro eingestellt
The
werden.
internal Neuro Amp is a key component of Ryujin Industries' success for the next 10 years, if not more. Why would we shelve it after we've finally perfected it?
Programmierst du das Fremdwillen und das ist falsch. Dann das.
I
Die
can't believe I'm
Öffentlichkeit
saying
verschuld.
this, but he's right. Regardless of the pros, the cons are too morally and ethically irresponsible to move forward with.
The moment the public gets wind of the true capabilities of this tech, we're gonna suffer severe backlash.
Very well. All in favor of shelving Project Dominion?
Aye.
Vina, prep Project Dominion for storage. Any other matters to bring forth? None?
Nein,
This concludes our order of business for today.
ich habe meinen Willen durchgesetzt. Mit Projekt Dominion. Ja! Ich bin der Einzige, der es haben darf.
Glad we're making an effort in our appearance today.
Shelving the internal Neuro Amp. Not the outcome I anticipated.
Jetzt musst du gefällt mir mit John Neuro Amp ist.
A fine point, but it still proves its usefulness.
Ja.
The truth remains, Lucas Drexler learned a hard lesson, and we exposed a traitor among us.
Mhm.
You've proven yourself to be quite the asset here at Ryujin.
Was der Artist dann entgegengeschickt.
I suppose it is. Gratitude isn't something you typically hear these days in the corporate world. I truly appreciate the work you put into exposing Ularu. No operative has ever had to investigate our own to the extent that you did. I can imagine it may have been a lot of pressure, considering you were fairly new at the time.
Mhm. Du hast aber nichts zum Bildschirm
My
nachspitzen.
thought exactly. Imogene's instincts were right about you. Now, as promised, I have your bonus. I hope you'll find it appropriate for all you've done. And I'm promoting you to senior operative. You've more than earned it.
Danke.
It's well deserved. As for the details, I think someone back on the operations floor would prefer to explain those to you.
I have something I need to discuss with you.
Ja, was ist da? Was falsch?
Handling those tricky decisions regarding Ryujin must have been difficult. In fact, I'm amazed you were able to deal with them at all. Those types of corporations remind me why I never ventured into business. I can't stand that way of life.
Du kannst bei dir jetzt wieder weg.
It is disgusting. And I'm pleased you recognized that Ryujin almost made a grievous error in judgment. After all, based on your recommendation, they've ceased their work on that disturbing Neuro Amp technology.
Ja. Ja, war ja auch nicht schön über Sache. Das mir entscheiden, du kannst.
Why wouldn't I be pleased about your decision? Can you imagine if that technology
Ja, das ist nämlich mein
had fallen
Punkt.
into the wrong hands? The awful things you could force people to do.
Mhm.
Oh, it's terribly frightening.
Ja, das ist mein Punkt. Irgendwie positiv bei weit.
Yes, quite.
Das war auch genau mein Punkt.
Well, I've certainly taken up enough of your time. Thanks for letting me get that off my mind. When you have a few moments, there's something I'd like to discuss.
Das dann noch.
Thanks for taking time to chat. I really need a friendly ear right about now. I received a message from Constellation, and it's given me a lot to think about. No, it's nothing like that. It's just a list of requests. Things I would normally handle if I was there. But I'm not. I'm out here instead with you. Something like that. It's difficult to explain. Before I joined Constellation, I served for 8 years as the head of the Navigator Corps, until the UC decided to axe the department. Yeah, sure. Some more than others. You see, the top brass demanded press-worthy discoveries to justify the spending, and money was tight after the war. Shutdown was inevitable. At the end of the day, I was in charge, so the blame obviously fell on my shoulders. Yeah? You once told me that you favored the journey over the destination. So I'm hoping you'll understand what I'm trying to say. I failed because I was more concerned about exploring the stars than pushing a pencil. Because of my lack of foresight, all I ended up with was a shattered division and a bunch of excuses. That's just it, though. Did I push too hard? Did they shut us down because I wasn't quietly sitting at my desk approving meaningless memos? We'll never know. Well, that brings us to this message now, doesn't it? Call it whatever you want. My drive, my initiative, my optimism. It's been my greatest strength and my worst nightmare. It elevates me to these positions of authority, but all I want to do is explore, not sit and make sure the accounts are balanced.
Sehen deine Abwesenheitsverbrechen?
Yes, exactly. If it's obvious to you, imagine how obvious it is to someone like Barrett or Matteo.
Barrett ist das gar nicht klar, weil Barrett schon gestorben ist.
God damn it.
So, wir können schon eine zusehen.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Oh, here you are trying to help me and I'm yelling at you. You have to understand. Once Aja retired, I lost the only person that gave a damn.
Bitte immer für dich da sein, Sarah.
Look, it's clear that you have feelings for me. It's just... I've never had time for this sort of thing in my life. Please, it's not you. It's me. I'm just not ready to get that close. I can't. Not now. But thank you for being there and listening. It helped. It really did.
You've certainly shaken things up around here. I still can't believe Ularu tried to frame me. An obvious misjudgment on my part. But now that's all in the past. It's time to get back to your typical day-to-day.
Ich will schon weiterhelfen.
It's nice to see your recent experiences haven't soured you on the company. Now, since you are new, you've been dealing with people, but most of our assignments are generated on the mission board. The board holds any available assignments that our techs have pieced together, and I've approved. Questions?
Nein, alles gut.
Good. The mission board is generally self-explanatory anyway. With your promotion, you've earned yourself an office, so whenever you're ready, you can find your own personal mission board inside. And the best perk of them all, you're free to make your own hours.
Deswegen werde ich auch nie wiederkommen.
Congratulations, of course.
Danke, wir sehen uns.
You certainly will.
Nie
Go
wieder.
check out the board, and if you have any questions, I suppose I can start up an open door policy, just for you.